Hey guys, welcome to UChat Update Tuesdays. In this video, we're going to touch base on a video that we did past week on AirChatty Fridays, where we showed you how you can basically replace Calendly completely by using the CRM AirChatty and its calendar feature. We provided you with some JavaScript nodes where you can basically format all the available dates and times into readable formats. And we decided to make it even easier for you. And that is why our team member Hamad created a new mini app where all that formatting is done for you. You can even choose your own correct format. And also a really cool feature inside this mini app is the ability to basically grab the user's time zone, let the user select their own time zone depending on the phone number that they give you. So a lot of information inside of this video, so let's get started. First of all, you will need to download this mini app, and this mini app is called Call My Time Zone. And you can see at the bottom, and let me see if I am not in the way, that should be fine. And as you can see, we have three actions. We have get free slots, dates in the readable format, get free slot times in readable format, and get the time zone from a phone number. So this is really exciting because this allows you to set up the complete automation more easily. As an extra bonus, we also provide you with a template for the booking of appointments, as well as rescheduling and canceling. So let's get into the flows and let's see how that works, right? So if we take a look at the very first flow, you will see that we have a book appointment. This is the main flow where all the others connect to. So if we take a look here, you will see that we have a go-to block that goes towards a function flow, create and check the CRM contact. And if we take a look there, you will see just a few notes where we basically check if the contact has already been created inside AirChatty CRM. If so, then this basically this system field should have any value. If no, we're going to check if the email has any value. If not, we're going to request it. And then the next thing that we are going to check is the phone number. And this is the most important part because we really need this phone number. And if not, then we are going with this solution. So what is the best phone number to send notifications regarding the appointment to? PS, please include the land code and then give an example, right? So we need to have this land code because the mini app that we installed bases its time zones, pulls the correct time zones depending on that land code. Soon as that has been given, we are going to create a contact and we go back towards the main booking appointment flow. If we take a look there, you will then see that we are going to use the fetch time zones action from this new mini app. And if we take a look here, then you will see that it's a really easy action, right? Because we have the phone number when we just save that inside the system field. And then we get a response mapping back and we map that to a JSON field called timezone_user. Once doing so, we are then able to basically display all the time zones connected to that land code. So that means for me, for example, I am based in Hungary. So if I say my phone number is +36, then I only get one time zone back. But for example, if a user is in Australia, then you have a lot of time zones there, right? And all those time zones will dynamically be fetched depending on that land code. So I will show you that in a little bit. Then depending on the time zone, once that is picked, then we're going to create basically we are going to fetch all the available free slots. And this part we actually covered during the last Friday's video. So for AirChatty Fridays. So I will skip these kinds of parts because yeah, that's already done. You can just watch it and it will pop up a card above where you can just take a look at that video. But basically, if we go really quick, you will see that we have an AirChatty calendar ID, and this is a bot field. So once installing this template, you will need to fill this bot field, and how you can search for this calendar ID is also covered inside of this, inside of last Friday's video. Then we have a start date, which you can do dynamically or just static. And then we also have the end date. So for me, I will just grab free slots available for the next 7 days, right? Depending on the start date. And then we have the user ID. And the user ID is also a bot field that you will need to pre-fill. Again, it's explained in the previous video, so do take a look there. And then we have the user time zone. And this user time zone is really important because we fetch that from the mini app action, right? So this is all being pre-filled. Then we get a JSON path back with just a $sign and then the calendar free date and time. Then we go into the next action of this mini app, and that is to basically format the available slot dates in a readable format. It works really easily. The only thing that you need to do is input 2 things. So we have the free slots, and if we take a look, you will see that the free slots are basically getting back inside of JSON formatting, right? So this is the JSON format that we use. And then as you can see, it's just grabbing the entire data set. Then we have the time zone selected, and this is the user time zone. It will convert these dates into readable formats, and those readable formats will be saved inside the calendar_free_dates. Then the next step will be to display all these formatted dates. And the way we do that is by using another question block with a dynamic reply, dynamic answer. And inside, as you can see here, I selected an item format _1. But if we redo this, basically, you will see that under the free dates, if I grab the correct data set, you will see that you can format any number of ways. So we have 7 different kinds of formats that you can use. I picked the format 1, but if you want to pick, for example, format 4 or 5, then you can do so really easily. You just pick it and then just press save, and then you will see this being added. Now for the value, the answer value which we are going to store, it's important that we not use the formatted version, but that we use the actual date. And that is this one, right? So we need to save this to basically get the free time slots. So once done, you can press save. And then we're going towards the next step, which is basically the last action inside of this mini app. And that is to get the free times, right? But in readable format. So if we take a look here, we still grab the initial JSON field. So all the free date and times. But now we're going to filter through them, through that entire data set. And first we have the user time zone. So that is important as well. And then we have the date selected. So the user selected the date, which we formatted and displayed in the previous question, right? And now we want to grab all the available times from that filter. We are going to save that inside the calendar_free_times. And then we're going to display that just like the time zones, the dates. We're going to do the same for the times. Inside the time question block is basically a dynamic answer again. So if you press that, you will see that I chose format 3. So if we redo this and just go inside the variables and select item, then we will be able to select, if we select the correct data set, there we go. Then we will be able to select out of 4 different kinds of formats. I went for this one, so format 3, because I like that the best, but you are free to basically grab any of the available ones. And then for the value, it's again really important to be able to select the unformatted version. So if we take a look there, then you will see that we have this time version, and this is basically what we will need to create the appointment. So as a value, we are going to save the time, but as a format to be displayed on the front end, we're going to select the format, right? So the value that we are going to save is the unformatted version, and the formatted version will be displayed towards the user. So I hope that's clear. Once we did so, we can basically go towards the next step, where we'll just set 2 custom fields to basically display the formatted values. And that will look a little bit like this. And they can either confirm it or restart. And if they say restart, they are just going back towards the dates again. If they say confirm it, then we're going to create that appointment. And inside this action field, we basically have all the available data sets, right? And again, the calendar user ID and CRM and the AirChatty calendar ID are bot fields that you will need to pre-fill, and those values will be displayed on how you can find them in the previous video from past Friday. Once doing so, then you will be able to basically map the appointment ID, which is really important for the next actions. So once this appointment has been created, then we will basically give them a confirmation of that specific action. So your appointment for this date and time has been created. If you'd like to make any changes or have any questions, you can press any of the buttons below. So if they want to reschedule or cancel, they will go towards the exact same flow. So if we take a look there, then you will see that we first have a condition block where we will check which action they chose, either cancel or reschedule. If they say cancel, then we are going to request them and showcase them the registered appointment. And if they want to cancel, they can do so by pressing this button. If they do so, then we have an action there where we will delete the calendar, basically the calendar event, right? Upon doing so, then we will check if that event has been fully deleted. If so, the response that we get back should be true, and true will convert into the number 1. If yes, we basically confirm the cancellation. If no, then we're going to explain the next step towards the user. That will basically inform the support team to manually basically remove that event. If they say we want to reschedule, then we go towards this action, this question. Then they will be able to basically change the date and time or just the time. And they will go through the available mini app actions again, and through the diverse CRM actions. And after they chose their actions and changed the dates, then we're going to use an action calendar update appointment. And inside we have the calendar ID again, the event ID, which we met, right? Once the appointment has been created, the event, we met this towards this specific custom field. Then we have the start time, which is the calendar time selected. And then you can give it a title, any title that you like to. This can also be dynamic. You have your appointment status. The allowed values for this could be new, confirmed, cancelled, showed, no show, or invalid, right? So we could say confirmed because it's confirmed that it's going to be rescheduled. Then you have your appointment address, let's say online. And then you have your other values that you can tweak as well if you like to. Then we will map the outcome of this request to the custom field chatty meeting status. And if we take a look at the next step, then we're basically going to check if that custom field will have the value booked. If no, then something must have gone wrong, and then we will send an admin notification. And otherwise, if it actually does contain booked, then we are going with the confirm meeting rescheduled. And you will see this all being displayed inside the calendar in just a few moments. So now that we have gone through this entire template, right? These entire 3 flows, let's also preview it. So let's start with this one. So the first thing that will happen is we are going to check if the user has an existing contact inside the CRM system. So in this case, not. So we're going to request the email. So let's go with mark@uchat.com.au. And then it will request the phone number, which is the most important part. So let's just insert first my own Hungarian phone number. So if we go with something like this, and then say enter, then the contact will be created, and now we will get to see the available time zones, which is Europe Budapest. So that is the only time zone available, right? So if we go back, and I'm actually going to change my phone number in, let's say, an Australian number, just a random one. So let's just do that. So let's say it's +61 433 231 689. So let's just save this. There we go. And now let's see if we are going to preview this flow again to see what we will get time zone wise. So if we are going to preview, we should get a lot more time zones now. There we go. So now you will see even Antarctica. So I don't know if that's the correct, if that's also being displayed with the land code +61. If so, then it is correct. But you'll see that Australia has a lot of time zones. So if I just select Australia Brisbane, it will now fetch the available dates into readable formats, as you can see here, really well. And then let's say we're going with, actually let's just grab the calendar and let's see if we can grab a certain value here. So if we take a look at the calendar, let's go with the, well, let's go with the 4th of February, which is a Saturday. And let's see what available time slots that we get back. So there we go. Now we get all of these time slots back. And again, these are basically converted into the time zone of Australia Brisbane. So if I would to fetch my Hungarian time zone, it would display different kinds of times available. So although I'm going to choose 9 p.m., right? 9 p.m. My time or Brisbane time, it's going to convert into the actual time zone of my calendar. So here it asks me, I want to confirm. I say yes. And from here, we will just get the appointment. So your appointment for February 4th at 9 p.m. has been created. So if we take a look here, you will see that instead of 9 p.m. for Brisbane time, it is being converted into my own time zone, which is 12 p.m. So this is a fantastic way where you can basically grab international time slots, right? Provide international time slots, and still it's going to be converted into the correct discovery, into the correct appointment time on your calendar. Now the next step is if we want to reschedule or cancel. So let's go with reschedule. Then we will go inside of that flow, and then we will have, okay, sure, no problem. And then we have the choice between date and time or time only. So let's say we're going with date and time. So I'm not going for the 4th, but I'm going for the 3rd. And then it will display my available time slots, which is a lot less. And if we take a look at the calendar, that seems about right. So let's go with 7:30 p.m. Then I will need to confirm it again. If I say yes, confirm, then you will see that this will hop over towards this section. And here you go. So 7:30 p.m. will be 10:30 a.m. for me. So that's perfect. Now, if I want to say I want to cancel, that is also possible. Then I will get this new date and time. So February 3rd, 7:30 p.m. If I say yes, cancel, you will also see it immediately disappearing from my calendar. So this is working as well. So basically this entire template, from appointment booking to checking and creating the CRM contact, plus the reschedule and the cancel automation of the appointments being booked, are going to be part of a template that you can download, and the link will be in the video description below. And if you have any questions, do let us know, and we will try to help you out as soon as possible. For now, have a great day. We hope you have fun with this new automation and have this as a replacement for your Calendly. So have fun, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.